Good afternoon, guys. It's Equipment Tuesday. I'm Brandon Riley with LADC Companies, and today we're doing the Battle of the Snowplows. In the comment below, which one are you jumping in? The Arctic Sectional Snow Pusher or the Metal Pless Live Box? We're gonna walk around this machine here first. So here we have a 14-foot Arctic HD sitting on a Doosan DL 250, normal crappy tires. For edges, we're running the splattered carbide. They're about 4 or 5 years old at this point. As you can see, got maybe about a 1/4 inch of the carbide left before we actually get into just normal 3/4 inch steel, and then there's about 2 inches of that before we wear out. Here's a good example. So we'll get some life out of it still. Obviously ends burn faster than the middles. For shoes, we're obviously running the Winter Equipment Modus shoe system. If you don't know, message for more information. Totally worth the investment. We are also running what a lot of people don't know about, limiters on our HD plows and even our LDs. The nice part about these, on newer plows, the holes are pre-drilled, so all you gotta do is bolt them in and you're good to go. Those limiters are used to help save the blocks when stacking into snow and ice. Obviously, you still don't want to use a bulldozer method. You still want to use this plow how it's intended and how you're supposed to, but that just helps you from breaking blocks. Over here, we have a Metal Pless Live Box LBX14 on a Doosan DL 200 with groove tires. Normal shoes. This plow is actually brand new this season. You got your carbide inserted edges. My least favorite part about the live box is actually the kickstand, because if the eye operator is just a little too far back, you actually get the burn, wears them out, they're very weak. Everything else about this plow is built just heavy duty, very heavy duty plow, very awesome. Obviously this is a pivoting plow. As you can see, we're not perfectly level, and I'll explain why in a few seconds, but as you can see, it is able to pivot up and down, which is nice, along with the edges tripping and going up and down with the springs on the live edge. When we take a step back, what I'm trying to show you here is that wood is supposed to represent a sidewalk. So with the Arctic, you can actually run 2 sections, 1 section, whatever you need to. You can help bulk out sidewalks and still get a perfectly clean cut on that curb edge, right? It's going straight down. With the slip hitch and the moving of the blocks and the independent sections, you're able to get a very nice clean cut. Metal Pless, you could still do it. It's not as clean because of a few reasons. This one being the biggest. This moldboard is actually stationary, so where that goes, you know, that's gonna hit its end and then it will slant down. Carbide edges will, you know, those springs can move, and they will. So like I said, it's possible. It's not as clean as that. I've done it once or twice. I do it with this all the time. But that's not why we're buying these plows. You're not buying an HD plow on either of these loaders to do sidewalks. These aren't sidewalk machines. But it is nice to have the capability for an adequate operator to be able to help bulk out sidewalks when they need to. A couple other things we like about the Arctics is the fact that these are 100% rebuildable. So, you know, operators, you know, break the sides, break this. You're able just to pull those off, put new ones on. It's a couple bolts and bam, you're back up and running. If an operator breaks the bottom blocks, which everyone complains about, you know, oh, the blocks are terrible. You know, I've only broken a few. Obviously, we've broken a lot in the company. But once an operator knows, let's say, you know, you break this section here, this section's gonna flop down, okay? And so you drop the blade down, you go backwards, it's gonna set itself and you're able to keep pushing, right? The plow isn't actually dead unless you break top blocks. As you'll see, We actually have these in the machines for guys for quick fixes if they do break blocks. This is not obviously recommended, but this is just a quick fix that we've put on there that we've had. You know, when an operator breaks blocks and needs to keep pushing, this bolt will give them the ability. It's basically going to tie these two sections together, and you're able to keep pushing. You lose some of that manipulation of up and down, and our mechanic just decides, you know, let's leave them on. They're there now for safety until they break off. And if they break off, then we don't replace them. Obviously, we did that before we had limiters, before we knew even about limiters. Those bolts have been on this plow for quite some time. Again, not recommended. That's just what a quick fix that we have found out in the field. So if I'm plowing, you know, it's coming down really fast and I break a block pushing into an ice pile and I need to get back up and going, you know, the operator can jump out, grab a bolt from the cab, put it on, and bam, they're back up and running in seconds, waiting for that mechanic to get there to get the blocks fixed. Obviously, it's not the same design or style. You have just a movable live edge and trip heads. Maintenance-wise, these are both pretty simple. Don't really have to worry about greasing anything on this. You don't have to worry about greasing anything on that. Replacing cutting edges, super simple. Replacing cutting edges, I dread that day. Hopefully it doesn't happen for a very long time. Obviously they're carbide inserted blades with, you know, a decent size of carbide insert. So again, this will be getting its Modus shoes when these shoes wear out. This plow's brand new. We have some older ones in the fleet that will be getting their Modus shoes next season. That's basically this same style on this plow. So you'll have carbide inserted blades, you'll have the carbide shoe system on the bottom, which will just make this a beast. Again, both plows, amazing, right? We're splitting hairs over which one's better. Personally, I think this does scrape better, and the reason I think that is the blade is completely independent to the wings. So if this machine, which is a DL250, I believe is 28,000 pounds, you're able to put all of that force to the cutting edges. So all that weight you're able to put directly to those cutting edges if you needed to, for hard pack, whatever reasons. Being the shoes are stationary, you're not able to do so with this. So you're only able to put down whatever the springs are putting down on the ground, but still an amazing live edge scrape, still an amazing plow. Again, both of them. This is just my personal preference. If I had to jump into a machine today, which one am I jumping into? I'm gonna be jumping into wheel loader 6 versus wheel loader 4. In the comments below, what's your favorite plow? Which one are you jumping into? In the comments below, also leave, what would you like to see next? This is the battle of the snow plows, Metal Pless versus Arctic. Like, subscribe, thanks for watching.